Growing up without our parents was a rough experience, but the worst happened when my brother got into drugs.
He spent all our savings to purchase drugs.
Isolated himself from his family members, and spent most of his time with his friends.
I did high as I did like this.
He got into many drugs from pills to weed, syrup, and he injected himself. He became very violent and got into trouble. He spent days outside without coming home. The drugs began to eat him gradually. It was painful seeing him lose his mind, but it was more painful when we lost him forever.
Stay safe. Don't do drugs. This is Narco Tales.
Hello and welcome back to Narco Tales, where real stories of struggle and triumph come alive. I am your host, Netta Wedozie. Last week, Abubakar shared his journey into substance dependence. Today, we explore the effect of his choices and the path to recovery. Hi, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. How are
Are you ready for our final episode?
Yes, sure.
Okay, so tell us about the effect of your actions on your personal life, business, family as well.
Well, it was a bad experience because I had to leave the city. I went back to where they sell those drugs, those dealers.
Okay.
That's in the bunk, because I wasn't having money for hotels. I could not go back home, so I had to stay where I was already completely dependent on it. I could not live without it. So I was like, you know what? They told me, okay, yes, they have small sheds. Someone can stay there, and you can smoke, and probably nobody comes to disturb you there. And it was that same area one inside. So I started living there. It's an unkept place, unhygienic place, and trust me, all sort of atrocities happens there. Everything, you know, because it's like a legalized and organized operation.
Okay.
They sell drugs, like they sell water. So, but then the thing is, if you don't have money there, nobody gives you this drug for free. It's either you have money or you have something that would bring money. When I mean something that will bring money, probably a laptop, a phone, your clothes, your shoes, anything. But just for free, nobody cares about you when you're there. It's a jungle. And I got to the point I could not now fund my habits again, and like, okay, for me to still have this drug in my system, let me do whatever it takes. And I was on the bunk, and I had options of what to do. They said, okay, fine, since you were here and you said you won't do this, you would have to. There are some set of people, there are this set that they go to rob completely. They rob, armed robbers, they rob at night. Those sets are there. They are the set that they go to town and pickpocket. They're the ones that go to shops, supermarkets, and what you do is probably it can be two of you, while one person is distracting the salesman. You're there trying to put something inside your clothes. So I had to weigh my options. This wasn't me, but the drug had the best part of me. I had to weigh my options. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try and take the easiest one, which is distracting the cashier, someone else. I can't pick a gun and go and rob. I was, at least to that point, I was still sane.
Oh, so there was that option.
Yeah. The higher the tougher the options, the more drug you get.
Okay.
So for you going for full-fledged armed robbery, trust me, they give you more drug. Yes, and they take care of you well, because they know once you come back, these things they go and steal, those people buy them peanuts. So it's like you doing business for them. So they take care of you, you're feeding, you need to sleep and everything. But for you bringing 5,000, 10,000, they just put you, it's just to take care of daily expenses. They still take care of you, but not compared. So it depends, your action depends on how they treat you. And I could not go back to my home. I could not go back to families. I have stolen from them. I have taken a lot from them. I have friends. And so, you know what? That place was like a safe haven. I was away from everybody. And I would live there. I would go. I was like, before I started doing the following, okay, I went just once though. But before then, I was like, you know what? Let me just go around and see if I can beg one or two people. And I leave the place. I tell them, okay, I'll go to shoplifting. And I don't go. I just go to the streets and look for any estate, just enter, go to door, tell them stories. My son is sick, my mom is sick, I have a terminal illness. Some good people like, okay, take care of yourself, I get funds. So I come back, nobody knows what I do. They think I just come with cash. And I was doing it. I will do in this street today, I'll go to the next street tomorrow, I'll go to the next. So I could not fund my drug habit, but now in a small quantity, in a dirty environment, you understand? So that's where this drug will take you to make sure it brings you completely down. Takes your life though. And it got so bad because at a point, I could not now I have gone to so many places that I could not go back there again. I've knocked at this door, I've knocked at this door, I've knocked at this. So what's now the next thing? I had to move to the next level. Like, you know what? Let me even try this, following these guys to going to the shop, to shoplift, let me see. And I said, okay, because the thing about drug is that you always want more.
True.
You can be on 2 dosage today, tomorrow you want to step up. It must push you. It's a standard. And I was like, you know what? I'm tired of this 10,000, 5,000 drug I'm smoking. I want to take 20, 30, 50, 100. For me to do that, I have to take that option of following those guys to do the shoplifting. I'm like, okay, let me just say, well, it's not just to be there, be looking out for him. He's doing the shoplifting, not me. And yes, and they have this machine you go with. So the thing is, one person the bike man is there. You just park. He parks with the engine still running. When you do your thing quickly, you just zoom off.
Yeah.
So it was my first time, and I think that was when probably realization set in for me. We went, and because before you go, when they know this is what you're going to do, then they give you a lot of drug in the morning before you venture it. So when you come back, you're going to pay for it. It's not free.
Oh.
No, it's not free. They can, because they know the magnitude of what you are going to do. They're like, no, this one needs a lot of drug in the system so that he would be able to act. So then you could now request for, you know what, I want to take, before I go for this mission, I need like 20,000 naira drug, cocaine. They will give you because they know you will come back with either a phone worth 100,000 that they will buy for you just 25, or a laptop worth 300,000 that they will buy for you just 50,000. So they know. So it was business for them, a lot, good business. So then they will not give you a lot of drug in the morning. And I think I had like 15,000 on. I was ready. But when we got there, it was a shop in that Usetu. I will not want to call names.
Yeah.
But we got there, and the bike we were outside. What they do is, like I said, you try to distract the salesman. Then anything you see on the table, or you just pick, bring the bikes out and you run away with it.
How many were you accept the bike man?
Just 2 of us, but the bike 3. So he has been doing it. So I was just to follow him, learn, and be on sentry duty, just to watch any. So I was like, okay, I was on the bike. So he now whispered to me. I think he was finding it hard to distract the sales guy. He now whispered to me outside that I should come in. I was like, okay, let me just go and ease myself. So while I was trying to I heard a mob shouting. I just turned, and oh and behold, it was that same person I went with. I think he actually tried to move the girl's phone, and she saw him and he shouted. My dear, it was in a split of second, the whole area people were on top of him. They beat him. I think I don't know where that guy is to today, because that's when I left that place. But I know they beat him to the point he could not even stand. I was watching from afar. I was just seconds to going inside there. So you see how God saved me.
Oh wow. And
I saw them beat him. I saw his lifeless body on the ground. If he was unconscious, I had no idea. If he was dead, I had no idea. But I know he wasn't moving, and the blood was everywhere, and they kept hitting him. The bike man sped off.
And left you.
Of course. So nobody could, nothing was happening to me because nobody knew where I was.
Yeah.
My face wasn't there. I was just from my side. I was watching the whole drama. And I was like, wow. I just came to ease myself. This could have been me. And you know what? I told myself, are you trained? I'm not sure this is what. I'm not sure I'm cut off for this crap. Yeah. And that was how, you know what, I think I had to take myself somewhere. I did not go back there that night. I just found somewhere around Usetu. We're in a busy area. I just sat down there. I had to think. I was thinking, I'm like, you know what, I'll make a decision in the morning.
That was a very interesting one.
Yeah.
We're going on a short break, and when we come back, we're going to explore Abubakar's recovery journey. Stay with us.
I was the head boy in my primary school, senior prefect and best graduating student in my secondary school, but drug abuse almost ruined my life.
I was on an average of 2 grams of cocaine per day.
I was taking 8 ampoules of pentazosine daily.
European shisha, cocaine.
I became a user, a dealer, and a gangster.
I saw other users drowning. I knew I didn't want to be like them, but I was already trapped.
My family disowned me.
My employment was terminated.
I sold my car, sold my house. I'll go out well-dressed and return shoeless, shirtless in exchange for drugs.
I was seeing things that were not real, and I once stabbed myself because I felt something crawling under my skin.
I contacted NDLEA and started therapy.
I spent 3 months in therapy.
I spent 8 months.
It's easy to relapse, but your mind has to be stronger than the cravings.
Drugs does not love you. You are not the one using drugs. Drugs are the one using you. Say no to drug abuse.
Thank you for staying with us. Abubakar,
Yes.
please take us through your recovery journey. What made you realize that you needed to seek help?
Okay. You see, after I saw a terrible incident that happened to the person I went with, like I said, I had to go back to thinking. I was like, I'm not sure I'm cut out of this for this. This wasn't me. This wasn't me at all. I used to be a very, very good and vibrant person, an entrepreneur. So how did I get here? Because I was seconds away from death. What would I have told God? You understand? I'm like, you know what? I wasn't born with this thing. I'm sure I could live here. I could let it go. This was just my problem. If I could let this thing go, I think I would have a normal life back. So I was like, you know, and for family, you've told them this over and over again. You've apologized. You will not go back. You've relapsed. You've done. And so you see, nobody wants to trust you anymore. But it was always them wanting to take me to a rehab. But where it was easy for me this time, I opted. I had to make a call like, please, I think I need help.
So at this point, they were aware of everything happening with
Yes, they were very aware. But apparently, you know, at a point, well, you know, people feel it's an intentional act. But you know, addiction, it's not so.
True.
It's you have no idea what you're doing. But you see, for someone that has not gone through psychoeducation, someone that has not been there would just feel this person is enjoying what he's doing, not knowing that you yourself have no idea of what you're doing. It's just your addiction that's taking the best out of you. You get. So I had to make a call. I think I called my sister. Like, I think I need help. She was like, where are you? I said, I'm somewhere in one of those places I used to be. She's like, okay, fine. We'll make an arrangement. Now that you're saying you need help, I think you really need the help. I'll make an arrangement. I'll call you in 2 days' time. Just be close to a phone, or call me in 2 days' time. I know you don't have a phone, so call me in 2 days' time. And I did, and she sent her driver to the location where I was. They picked me up. I went to her house, and they made an arrangement for me to go to the NDLA Rehabilitation Center in Jos. And that was how I went to Jos. I've been to some rehabs before then, though. Okay. So yes. I've been to. I think this should be my third. NDLA was my third one.
So you kept relapsing, and then
yes, I did. So when I got to NDLA, the reception was different because it wasn't business as usual. Rehabs I knew had ACs, has your phone in your room, had a gym center, has everything to your comfort. This wasn't. This was like a barrack that you need to obey rules and regulations. You need to wake up and you need to start as if you're going through the whole military process. It was really, really not what I was expecting. Then realization set in. As it come to this stage, do you see where you are? Do you see where you're sleeping? Do you see the food? When I got there, at first, for the first 2 weeks, I did not eat. And they're like, just leave him. He will eat. And at the point, I'm like, no, I can't. And before I left, my son, in fact, I think it was because of him, I actually had this turnaround. My son was really, really, really upset, and was like, he wasn't talking to me, but he was like, Daddy, I'm going to give you this last chance. I know you're going to the rehab, but I'm going to believe it's the devil's work, but I'll let you go, and I'm sure you'll come back a better person, so you can be a better father for me and my younger brother. I was like, wow, that
must have gotten to you.
Yes. I was like, you see, if it's going to cost me my life for these boys, I am going to be a better person. And I was there. While I was unjust, after the whole, I had to adjust to what I was seeing, and they were like, well, this is the life. You have to live it. I was in the room with some friends, like, okay, so what's going to be different? Now you have your son that you have to make him proud. How do you intend to make a change? You've said you've come to rehab before, you've come out, you've relapsed. So what do you intend to do? What's your relapse plan? Do you know, I was like, okay, let me see. I took a pen and a biro. I was like, let me just write something. And I started writing. I wrote a page, I wrote my story. And what I looked at it, I was like, I've written like 10 pages. I was like, I can write a book. And I went to see the deputy commander. I was like, Madam, see what I wrote. She read it. I was like, wow, that's good. I'm sure you could write something. Why don't you just write your story? Then I got interested. Now I started having relapse plan. While I was now writing that book, I was like, wow, why don't you can write this book and actually leave this place and tell your story to people, sell your books to people, and people, yes, you understand. I started putting more effort into it. Then the officers and men in the unit, the DDROU, trust me, they were all there for me. When I was trying to write the story, this person is bringing an idea. There was a time where I think they had this national grid thing. There was no light, and I was feeling depressed because I could not now print. I could not. One of the officers, his name is Mr. Austin. He was like, okay, you know what? I would go get you a laptop. I'll bring it. These were things that they don't do. But everybody, I think they saw something in me. And they're like, he got the laptop. There was another officer, Mr. Sander. He was like, you know what? Bring it. I will help you do the typing. I was shocked because I was not treated like a client anymore. I was not like an officer. Everybody wanted to write a line on my story. That was how everybody put their head together. We had to take it outside. We printed, we binded, we brought it back. The deputy commander, Madam Grace Goyle, went through. She did correction. We went back again, and all this were happening while I was in the rehab. So one day she called me. I was like, can you talk to people? I'm sure you could address that. She's having sensitization. Some people are coming to her command. She wants me to speak to them. I'm like, madam, I'm not sure I could talk to people. Like, I'm sure you can. And okay. And they came, and after she finished talking to them, like, somebody wants to share a story. And I was nervous, and I faced them. I spoke well, and it went. And from there, other people, because some people came from the Nigerian Air Force, I started growing my confidence. When I left there, I went to do the book. Had time to proofread, and I did it, and it was fine. I had to pass through all necessary. And I was like, okay, fine, you have a book now. Why don't you just open a foundation? Because now it's not for me to give back to the community.
Yeah.
Yes, I was like, people would not really understand if a layman talks about this thing. If they will listen to you, because most people know me in Abuja very well, and most people know my story, and if coming from me, I am telling you that drug has come to steal from you, and it's not good. I think you want to listen from someone that has an experience from this particular substance. I'm like, fine. And I'm like, what do you do? What do you do? I'll put an NGO that talk about drug. And okay, fine. I started the process. After I started doing this, I realized I could not go back to drug again because one, I'm writing a book. Two, I want to make Madam Grace Goyo proud. Three, I have to make the directors in NDLA proud. So I had a lot of people looking. Yes. So you see, for my recovery, it was good for me. Building trust, it's going to be very hard. You remember, you've broke trust over time. So everybody like, what's going to be different from this one? Everybody wants to now, like, you know what? I'm not going to trust him with money again. I'm not going to trust him with anything again. I just want to see what's going to happen. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, 7 months, 8 months. I'm clocking a year now. And you see, and during those process, while you're in recovery, those process, things come in because anger will come in. You imagine you not getting help and you're not seeing it. You're seeing a light. Okay, and now I am ready. Now nobody's ready. Then they were ready, but you weren't ready. Yeah. So now I'm ready and nobody was ready. I was like, you know what? That still did not hold me back. I tried so hard. I did everything myself. Built my empire again back myself. Like, you know what? I am going to do this again back. And I starved myself day and night just to make it work. And as the day goes by, it becomes easier. Because someone calls and like, I saw you on TV. I saw you doing this. Okay, you know what? Okay, I think I want to support you. So I started getting support some. And trust me, the life I'm living now is the life I would want to live because I can walk inside, walk in the town, walk without shame, walk without fear. Yes, I have a past, but it remains in my past.
Yeah.
Yes. So you see, but the story would go like, I know this guy before, he was doing drug, but wow, he's clean, he's looking good now. It's better that way than the story is, I know him before, he was doing drug, see him, he's dead, or see him, he's still mad. Sure. Yeah, you understand. So I console myself, tell myself that you're going somewhere, you should have a focus, and you're doing well. Because before I wanted people to appraise me. So when you don't, I get angry and I relapse. And I tell myself, you know what, I think you're 8 months, or you're 9 months. I think you're doing well. Take yourself out. I just take myself somewhere. I just think of what I like. I buy it, I eat, and I bring myself home. Self-love, self-care. And it's working for me. But took the haircut, I still have craving 1 or 2 times. But I manage it, trust me.
So how has life been since then, business-wise? Did you go back into the car business? Family-wise, I'm sure your son must be really proud of you now.
Yes, for my kids, trust me, the bond is it's way stronger than before because now I don't have friends like before. I just make them my friends. So I'm always with my kids. Then for business, I dropped the car business because it's going to expose me a lot back to where I'm coming from. Sure. I will do it, but not now.
What advice do you have for people out there struggling with substance abuse?
There's what they call a 12-step program. So the first step tells you, admit that you have a problem. So when you realize you have that problem, I think the first step is to seek help. A rehabilitation center. You can't do it yourself. You can't do it at home. It's not possible. So I think the first thing is to seek for professional care, go for rehabilitation. Then while you're in rehabilitation, you should use your time there. After your detoxification, you have to go to your psychotherapy. I think that is the most important one. You have to learn coping skills because it's not staying in rehab that matters. It's when you live in the rehab, because when you live in the rehab, you are exposed back to everything you left. So how do you intend? I had a coping skill. I had decided to write a book. There is nobody on the surface of this earth that's benefited from drug. There's nobody. It will only ruin you, to cause problem with your family. It will kill you. That's the goal of the drug, to kill you. But it will only stretch you. It stretches you to your time that it has where it wants you and kills you there. So there's no profit in it. It's just a part-time pleasure.
Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Abubakar. We appreciate your presence on the show.
Thank you so much.
And that concludes Abubakar's story. If you or anyone you know is struggling with substance abuse or dependence at this time, don't hesitate to reach out to the NDLEA's call center on 0800 1020 3040. I repeat, 0800 1020 3040. Remember, recovery is always possible. My name is Netta Wedozie. I remain your host.
Like if it comes to issue of financial institutions, they are also members of the general public. They submit what is called suspicious transaction reports. If you made lodgement that is far above the required threshold, so they send it to the EFCC. If they see anybody having linkage with drug, probably due to the pattern of his withdrawal and pattern of his deposit in money, they'll still send it to NFIU. NFIU will now send it as a proactive intelligence to the NDLEA. While there are others who are patriotic Nigerians who just want to make sure that criminality is not perpetuated in the land. So they do it with that zeal or patriotism to give that information.
Don't do drugs. Don't do drugs. Don't try it though. He go choke you up. He go steal your sunshine up. He go shock you up. He don't kill him any youth for my area. Even for your area. When you start it to stop, it no go easy. As you dey drag am go, he dey drag you down. Water come out from my eyes, oh. When I remember all the guys, oh. Way many of them kicking bucket, oh. Some cut to socket, oh. Make we don't forget, oh. No they talk it, oh. Say, don't do drugs. Rock up you see body, oh. Don't go wound your busy body. If you die, you go sad, oh. Oh yeah, help me tell somebody. Say, rock up you see body, oh. Body, oh. Body, oh.
This message is brought to you by the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA.